Hello, everybody, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for episode 8? Episode 8 of Island in the Sky, called Immortal. We are going to save the world with friendship. I think there's someone on top of throne. That's going to be our new best friend. It's going to be awesome. So let's jump right in to making friends and saving the world. And let's do so by introducing our cast and crew here. Let's start with Dot. Chelsea, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Yes, I am Chelsea, also known as Little Red Dot. You can find me online at little_red_dot. I am playing our somewhat naive but oddly wise dwarf who hails from deep within the mountain, or deep within the island, though not as deep as we are starting today.
I feel like that's the description for every character. Somewhat naive, but somehow wise.
But somehow really wise.
Yes, that applies to anyone at any particular moment. So let's go over to our other young naive boy. Speedy, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Hello, my name is Speedy. You can find me everywhere at Not So Speedruns. And today I am playing as the good boy Wesley, our human paladin, who is really trying his best to make sure that all of his friends are safe and that the entire island doesn't die, and is also very conflicted about the fact that everything that he knows is a lie. So that's great.
That's true. That's true. Complete opposite. Everything that she knows is absolutely happening and true, except for the fact that she's a princess. Kenny, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
So I'm Kenny Hill. You can find me everywhere as Kenny Hill. I am playing #NotAPrincess Alethea, and
Wrong.
her mind is just blown by everything. I'm so done with the princess thing or whatever, but I have friends now. Like, I like this. I like Super Best Friends Club. I will never show it, but like, if anybody hurts my friends, I'll kill them.
And they know you're a princess, which
Don't kill them. That would be mean.
I will hurt them.
Yes.
Maybe
Badly.
you should just make friends with them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very princess of you.
Right.
She'll finally hurt them like they do in kids' cartoons, where someone dies, it's like off screen and
Right.
just kind
Ah!
No.
Can you just hear the sound?
No. Perfect.
Somehow
Let's jump right over to our last but not least. Jack, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us a little bit about the island in the sky.
Hey guys, I'm Jack. I go by Jacko Buddy. I do D&D and City of Mist writing and a plethora of other things, creating content and podcasting, all these cool fun things. And most importantly and most fun thing is I DM Island in the Sky, which is this super fun campaign. Last week we had a little bit of fun, went down in the Underdark, fought some scary spider drow and then a crazy super drider. And then met some people who may or may not be new best friends. And yeah, it's going to be fun. This week's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get some answers, things like that. If this whole game was a roller coaster, we're like right on that point where it's starting to flatten out and slow down right before the big drop. So
Right before everyone
Wow.
screams.
Yep.
Perfect.
And I throw up everywhere.
Yeah, perfect.
Excellent.
I've already been screaming the whole time.
You were screaming as we were going up the ramp.
Yeah.
Slow down.
God.
Speaking of Jack's amazing role-playing skills, GMing skills, and podcast skills, if you guys are interested in all your podcast needs, go check out Jack at Reliant Games on Twitch, Twitter, and all things social media. They can do all your podcast hosting, editing, and all that fun stuff needs. Also, take a look at our other sponsor for the show, Kenny and the Dice of Rolling. They are a complete set of polyhedral dice with fun colors and optimized quantities for D&D 5e. The holidays are around the corner. Scoop those dice up and roll them for your friends. And if you are paying attention to the dates, check out their Black Friday sale coming up in just 2 weeks. I think that's how math works. 3 weeks? I think it's 3 weeks. Go check it out for a deep discount and get those dice a-rolling. With that, let's throw things over to Jack. Take us away to the island in the sky.
All right, so a little recap. Like we said, last week we delved down into the Underdark with our expedition force. We have Mortimer with us, Felix, who's of course looking for his long-lost father, who we have not found. We are, or have we? So we have both of them. We also had Gavin, who was the kind of grumpy caravan driver who apparently isn't very good at shorting his bow because I think he hit once in the whole fight. And so they've all been kind of coming down here. You guys reached the scary spider webs where human got to actually speak spider, and that was cool. And yeah, y'all got to fight some scary spider drow dudes and have now found yourselves at the bottom of the island where you are on a small platform that is connected above you to the rest of the island by 6 pillars. And this small space has a throne in it, which is the color of shiny emeralds. And a beautiful woman with long black hair sits in this throne looking out into the distance, out into the sky beyond. And a man who's in like a full cloak with a mask stood in front of you and dramatically said, "Who is it that comes before the Emerald Throne?" But before we dive more into that scene, we're actually going to do our favorite thing in Isle of the Sky. We're going to do some flashbacks for our characters, develop these characters out a little bit more. I'll let you guys decide who wants to go first. Who's our first victim? I mean,
Princess.
I don't like the
Favorite
sound of that.
princess.
Never mind.
the princess. We'll go first with the princess. So, Althea, I'm going to give you the spotlight for a couple minutes now. I want you to flash back for us and tell us about the day that you left the Wizard's Tower and what happened. Why did Althea do that?
Whoa, okay, I'm gonna start out heavy on this one, I guess. So I left the Wizard's Tower by force because I had been involved in an accident during an experiment in which I lost my arm. It didn't go well with the people in charge of the tower. So I was pretty much unceremoniously thrown out on my ass at a very young age, kind of ripped from my family in a sense. And then I had to kind of just learn to make my way very, very quickly. And I was able to sneak on a ship. I've had this ship shenanigan thing going on where I hide on the ships and then I get caught on the ships, and and made my way to the Iron Nation to keep on doing my experiments without being under the watchful eye of the tower, because they're a bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
And I don't like them.
And what kind of experiment were you doing that made you lose your arm?
So I was, I almost said playing, but that I wasn't playing. I was being a totally responsible scientist. I was carefully examining the properties of different liquids and their propensity to combustion with my father.
That would do it.
And we found combustibles.
Mm-hmm. And so, yes, going to the Iron Nation and, kind of living on the streets, learning your rogue skills, things like that. How did you go from, being on the streets to ultimately working for Wilbur, Mortimer's alchemist brother?
Funny story that. So, learning to fend for myself involved less than savory behavior on my part. And so in order to continue my experiments, I needed equipment and materials. So I would get that from Wilbur's shop without paying. And I got away with it for a while until I was caught. And then because Wilbur knew what had been stolen, intimately knew what had been stolen, was interested in what I was doing with all of it. And so I got to show him what I was working on. And he took me on as an apprentice. I assume because he saw potential, but I also think he probably just wanted somebody to run errands for him.
Free labor.
Yeah, child labor.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But I mean,
Yeah,
I
so-
got to continue my work. So, you know, it was fine for a while.
Very cool. Yeah, so getting a little more background on these characters. So you guys, was that really so painful? Not so bad. Who wants to go next?
I feel like it was painful.
What? Well, I feel like we're stepping up to a chopping block of some kind. It's like, make your offering. Make your offering, and we shall see who prevails.
I'll go next.
Yes.
I'll
Yay,
brave the
you.
darkness that is Jack.
All right, good. Human, we have a scene to play, actually.
Oh, good. I have no idea what's going to happen.
This is like, whose line is it anyway?
I know.
Where the points don't matter.
So, Human,
Where
we're
only
gonna
the friendship matters.
we're gonna flash back to when you were a wolf, and you were ranger of the woods one day, kind of an older wolf at this point, probably in terms of wolf years. You're probably older than any other wolf, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were caught in some kind of trap, where you were then thrown into a cage. And whenever you kind of wake up from whatever, like, tranquilizer or whatever it was you were hit by that put you to sleep, you find yourself in this cage, and there is a very old-looking man with a long white beard and heavy robes. Anyone who, other than human, would pretty much recognize this guy as some kind of wizard.
Mm.
And he would kind of look at you as you wake up and go, "Ah, good, you woke up."
Is human still a wolf?
He is still a wolf.
Then he would growl at this man.
Oh, that could be a problem. Hold on. And he opens a book, and he flips through this really big book for several minutes. Goes, here we go. And he takes a couple things out of some pouches, throws it into a vial, shakes it up very violently, and then chugs it. And then he can now speak wolf. He says, much better.
Yeah, the growls continue, and human says, in angry human voice, which doesn't exist, "Why am I in this cage?"
"Oh, because you got caught by me, wolf."
"Well, why?"
"Well, because you're not a wolf."
"I am a wolf. I've been
Well,
a
you
wolf.
are. Oh.
I am a wolf. I've been a wolf
sure?
my whole life.
Hmm.
My dad was a wolf, and my mom was a wolf, and all my friends were wolves.
You were always a wolf. You sure about that?
As far as I can remember.
How old are you?
I don't know.
Strange. Well, according to what I've realized, you're not a wolf.
Well, you were wrong.
Maybe, but there's a way to find out.
No, thank you. I'll just
What do
go
you
back
mean?
to being a wolf.
Now, that's no way to speak to your elders. Now, you're not supposed to be a wolf, so I'm going to turn you back to what you're supposed to be.
But who said I wasn't supposed to be a wolf?
And he, like, tugs on his beard a little bit and looks, like, deeply profound for a second. Intriguing.
Okay.
Well, oh well, can't help that, but I can turn you back. Maybe.
Maybe.
It's complicated. You might not be exactly like you used to be, but
What was I before?
good question.
If you don't know what I was, how can you turn me back?
Because there's a spell on you, and I'm going to take it off.
Oh. There's probably fleas on me, too.
Oh, I can't help you with that.
Oh.
You sure you don't know how you became a wolf?
No, I've always been a wolf, as long as I can remember.
Well, that's going to make this complicated, but we can sure as heck try.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's kind of a rule. But, I should warn you first, there's some side effects.
Like
Side
what?
effects may include being able to speak to trees, the wind, the grass, nature, the sun, those
Cool.
kind of things.
I do that already. That's fine.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. And he says,
Is it gonna hurt? He's just gonna keep interrupting him as he's about to cast a spell.
probably.
Oh.
Okay. You know, if you keep interrupting me while I cast a spell, I might not go so well.
Oh.
Here we go.
Okay.
1, 2.
What about all my friends?
And you see him like trip over his robe as you startle him right as and it kind of breaks his concentration. And this bolt goes into the cage, and human takes on the form that he has now.
How big is this cage, Jack?
It is big enough for you to fit, but it is a tight squeeze
I
now.
was gonna say, because he goes from average wolf size to an 8-foot tall man monster.
You're like hunched over, like
Yeah, he's like crushed up in there.
Yep, it's like a cartoon. Like the cage is like bulging out, and you have like skin like sticking out between the bars.
Oh, what is this?
Hmm,
I still smell like a wolf.
that doesn't look right.
And
Well,
kind of hairy like a wolf.
Well, hang on, let me get you out of there. And he walks over and he cuts some of the rope on the corner of the cage, and the cage like blows up
Thank
from
you.
the pressure. And you are free, and you are now.
Okay.
You know him.
Now turn me back.
I don't know how.
What the heck?
This is sort of like what you're supposed to be, I think.
But I thought I was supposed to be a wolf.
No, you're not a wolf.
Oh, man. The wolf spirit of my dad's gonna be so mad.
Maybe something went wrong with the spell, but I thought you were supposed to be a human. But apparently you're something else.
What am I?
How about human?
Alright. I'll be a human. Is that what you are?
Sure.
Alright. I'll be a human until you turn me back into a wolf.
Yeah, I'll get right on figuring that spell out. In fact, I should really go right now and
Okay.
do that.
Where do I go?
Bye!
Oh, where even are we?
He throws down a little thing and like some smoke poofs, and he is gone.
Oh.
And human is left in the woods.
What the heck? This was a weird day. And then he like goes to he like looks around and then crouches down on all fours and begins to walk away.
And so that is how human went from a wolf to being as he is today. You're a furbolg, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Of course, you don't know what you were before you were a wolf.
Still waiting for that wizard to turn me back into a wolf.
Still waiting. Any day now.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's why you wanted to go.
One day I will reverse this curse on me.
Damn you! These little
You met the princess.
these noodly legs.
Maybe that's why you wanted to go to the wizard tower.
Yeah.
Someone turn me back.
I was a wolf. Did I ever tell you guys that story? I was a wolf.
Yes, you. Many times.
So that was the story of how you went from being a wolf to human, as he is now, a furbolg. What you were before, we still don't know, but we will hopefully find out somewhere in the next few episodes, if we're lucky. Who's next on the chopping block?
I can go.
Okay. All right, buddy. I'm sure there's nothing painful for you. We put you through enough, right?
I mean, Wes had a very happy childhood.
So
At least the childhood he remembers.
you did have a great childhood. Unfortunately, this is after you became a paladin.
Oh, okay.
This is a day or two before the events of Isle in the Sky began. This is the day that you were summoned to Captain Varys's chambers, and you were given your orders as a paladin to report. And so you are standing before Captain Varys, who's a kind of older, middle-aged man who has lost most of his hair, but he's pretty muscular and known for being pretty strong, but also very wise in his kind of stoicness. And it's at you and he says, well, you're getting good enough marks in your training, so I'm pleased to report that you are now getting your first paladin mission. Are you
My
prepared for
first
that?
mission?
Hi.
I mean, thank you. I didn't think I was doing that well in my training so far. I mean, I know I've gotten better. I didn't think I was, quite battle ready yet.
Well, you've done well enough. We are taking a group of about 20 paladins into the past to take care of a certain situation. We'll discuss more of those details later. But I'll need you to report first thing in the morning to the plaza. We'll march out from there.
First thing in the morning, the plaza. Yeah. It's 20 other paladins
Yes.
in the pass.
Hmm.
What are they? What are we supposed to be doing? Is it just like a escort mission, an envoy to the Iron Nation?
Oh, just some recon. Nothing to worry about. We'll give you the details in the morning of exactly where we're going, what we're looking for, but I'm sure you can handle it. If you're half the man your brother was.
Sir, yes, sir.
Excellent. We'll report first thing in the morning. First light.
Of course.
And why don't you tell us about what Wes does after this news?
Wes goes home and he goes to his room and he sits and debates to himself whether he's actually ready and like what he's going to tell his parents about the fact that he's just about to be deployed on the same kind of mission that his brother went on just a couple of years ago. I imagine eventually he gets called downstairs for dinner, and as he's eating, his dad probably asks him something about like how training went today, and Wes tries to dodge the question a little bit at first, but he's a very bad liar. And so he just admits, I'm going to be deployed tomorrow. I'm supposed to go out and fight or on some sort of mission. They won't tell me what it is yet, but we're going through the pass and could be dangerous. There'll be like 20 of us.
Yeah, how did your parents react to that?
I imagine just sort of like stunned silence for a little bit before his mom giving him like a strong like pat on the back and being like, "Atta boy, you're ready now," and like praising him for like coming this far in his training and everything, and just saying that they were super proud of him and that they knew that he was going to make them proud. And that gave him some amount of confidence again that he might be able to actually go out and do this. And then that night, as he went to go to sleep, he walked past his parents' room and he could hear them crying and arguing. His dad saying that he shouldn't go and that it was going to be dangerous, and what if he wound up like Riken? And so that night, Wes just left without saying a word to them. He didn't want to admit to them that he was not going, but he couldn't look them in the eyes and say that he was running away from his responsibilities, and he couldn't look at them in the eyes and tell them that he was going off to fight and maybe die. yet. And so he just kind of left. I mean, there's not like a whole lot of places to hide in the city. And Wes isn't the kind of guy to know a lot of shady places. He knows some quiet ones, though, like the library.
Yeah, so in the library, and on that day, whenever you were in the library and ultimately encountered the furbolg by the name of Human, what was Wes reading that day? We never discussed that, I don't think.
I want to say at first he was trying to read some like scriptures and books that were about religion and the goddess as a way of kind of justifying his own moral qualms and like trying to find some sort of peace in it, and eventually it just sort of drained him. He just felt even more guilty for reading it, and he turned to just like fiction and fantasy novels and reading about anything else, escaping to another world.
Very cool. Yeah, so of course that ultimately led to the fateful meeting with Human and the dream that sent you off on this adventure. And that brings us to the last member of our party. So for Tisla, I have a kind of interesting one for her. I don't want you to do a flashback for Tisla. What I want to know from you, and you can approach this as kind of like an overtime, kind of like a time lapse thing, or you can talk about just one moment if you want, however you want to do it. I want you to tell us about, so you were the heir, the only heir to your clan. You went in front of your father. You basically said, like, screw you and your rules and all this stuff that you put in place, and you left. So what has happened in your home since you left? What's happened with your father and the leadership and the clan as the minerals are starting to run out and, their heir has just stormed out all of a sudden?
Okay. The clan elders work in like a committee. So I would think that probably a portion of the governing body had major issues with the fact that they let me walk out, while the other half feels like that was the right thing to do, just to let me do what I wanted. So there has been tension between these dwarves that know the truth of the surface and the island in the sky. I'm going to say rumors have started since my disappearance, because it was not really made public that something is happening, that either the heir has gone missing because the last time they saw me was leaving for a search expedition for more minerals, and then I didn't really come back, at least not to the public's knowledge. And yeah, so I would say some kind of dissension has started, or questioning of the higher authority, and it has caused resentment in the people. And they're beginning to ask questions, like what happened and where I've gone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so your father, he would know how stubborn his daughter is and all these kind of things. Does he believe that Tisla will return someday, or does he think that she's gone for good?
I think he fears that she won't return. But there's something about the connection that Tisla has to the earth and the stone in it that he knows will bring her back.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so that was kind of a section where we kind of could flesh out our characters a little bit more, get to know these characters a little more as we come into, if some of these kind of more climactic things are going to start to happen, we're going to learn more about what's happening on the island. And also, this was kind of a chance to kind of fill in some of the gaps in these backstories and meet these people. So with that out on the table now and the kind of those heavy stories done and all that kind of thing, we are going to flash back now to today at the bottom of the island with this man in the long cloak and hood with the mask over his face that muffles his voice, and you can see the rag that is wrapped around his eyes that indicate that he is a blind man here at the bottom of the island. And there he is in the divine sense.
It doesn't seem very safe.
No, it doesn't seem very safe. Yeah, and so he has just asked you, who is it that comes before the Emerald Throne? And Wes, casting your divine sense, you would detect something like undead coming not from the woman on the throne, but from the throne itself. It's not necessarily evil, but it is something beyond like the normal bounds of life and death. It is some type of powerful artifact that is on the borderlines of necromancy.
Bad. The throne bad.
Shall we talk to him?
We are servants of light.
And I'm human.
I'm Tisla.
Wes.
Mortimer, Gavin, and this guy here is Felix.
And that's Alethea also.
Yeah. What are you doing? It's rude if you don't say your name.
You have traveled a long way to come here.
We did it.
It's true, we did. Is this the bottom of the island?
It is. You have come to the lowest point on our humble island. As you can see below you, all there is clouds.
I'm trying not really to look.
Do you have the key?
Of what key do you speak?
Okay, because we were sent here by an old man up on the top of the mountain, and we're just here to get a key so that we can bring magic back to the island, because we have been on the rigmarole trying to solve this problem for the last couple of months, it feels like, and we were told that we had to come to the bottom of the island to get the key to get to the heart of the island. Can you help us or not?
I cannot help you. But she can. Oh. Yeah, and
You haven't said who you or she are yet.
Forgive my rudeness. It has been quite a long time since I have held conversation. I am known as the Protector. I watch over the Emerald Woman as she watches out over the surface far beyond.
But you're blind.
I am.
Aren't you afraid of falling off the edge? What are you protecting her from?
I protect her from people like you, if you're a threat. Are you?
Oh, no. We're not here to fight. We're not.
No, I don't want. I mean, we can
fight
too.
You said she could help us, so I don't see why we would hurt her.
She seems like a nice lady.
Well then, tell me of your quest and I will decide if you're worthy to even speak with her. And this whole time, like, she's in earshot. She's just a couple feet away, but she hasn't even glanced your direction or made any kind of acknowledgement that you're there. She's just looking out into the distance off the island.
So...
How long's she been like that?
A couple of 1,000 years, give or take.
She's been hanging from the bottom of this island for a few 1,000 years.
She's old.
She is.
Does she know how to
she's seen
fix
amazing
magic?
things.
Well, I'll let her tell you that story, if you're worthy. Now tell me of your quest, and I will decide if you are allowed to speak with her.
Well, magic is dying, and Miss Olivia wants to stop a war, and Miss Tisla's afraid of melons, and this is my best friend Wes, and he's here to help me.
We're here to stop magic from dying. The
That's
first
what-
thing.
What I said.
To stop magic from dying. So you're here about the shortage.
Mm-hmm.
They're all short.
Short. Yes, it means a shortage of magic.
Oh.
And of all people to take on this quest, why you?
Because we're hero seeds.
Oh no, we don't really know. We just had a dream, and then there was a go, and we met up, and it just happened like this. And then our name was magically signed on a piece of paper. I don't remember signing.
Hero seeds.
I think you'll need to be more specific. I don't quite follow your train here.
Well, when you plant a seed, the seed just becomes whatever it was supposed to be. And we're hero seeds, so eventually we're gonna be heroes.
Human,
Yeah.
there's a good probability he's never seen a seed.
Have you ever seen a seed?
I have.
Okay, see? Don't just assume things, Miss Tisla. Maybe he had eyes before and then he didn't have eyes now.
Why don't you? And
Yeah.
I push our warrior forward. You talk to him. You have pretty words. Tell him.
Yes,
Yeah.
warrior, tell me.
Tell him, Wes.
We are. It's fate, I think. We all shared a dream, except it wasn't a dream. It was more of a memory. There are things that we remember that aren't real. And there are things that we dream that are. And I think that sometime a long time ago, we tried to stop this before. I can't say why for sure. All I know is that we have to do it.
You see.
No one else can.
And you say a man at the top of a mountain told you. Would this be the old master?
The old master, Riken.
That's the one. That one.
He did. He told us.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Oh, you know him?
I know of him.
Do you know of me? I'm his brother.
I do.
Oh.
Do you know of all of us?
I do.
So when you asked us why we were doing this and what our quest was, it wasn't really a question that you knew the answer already. You just wanted to see what we remembered.
I wanted to know what you knew and what you remembered. You're correct. Why is this always Wes? As I'm told, of course, I've been told all this by the Emerald Woman herself. But if you are, in fact, this group, which I believe that you are, then you are worthy to speak with her.
Well, that's good.
Now, who are these others with you?
Those are our new friends.
Yeah, other friends. They've helped us get this far.
It's true. One of them paid for everything.
You could call him like a sponsor. It's like a sponsor sort of thing, kind of making this expedition possible. 'Cause, yeah.
What do you buy?
Ah, I see. I see. So we have a sponsor. What were the other two?
Well, they was helpful. Why does it need to be more than that? They helped us get here.
It's my duty to protect the Emerald Woman. I need to know exactly who it is that stands before her. I can't see with my own eyes, but I trust your words.
Oh, okay.
They say one is your sponsor. If, in fact, they funded such a noble quest, and if you trust them, I can accept that. But why the other two?
Oh, maybe Felix could talk more to that.
Did you say Felix?
Yes.
Yes. What's wrong with Felix?
And he kind of takes a step forward, pulls down his hood, and pulls his mask off. And you see the face of a middle-aged man with blind eyes. And Felix immediately jumps up and goes, "Dad?" and runs over and gives him a big hug.
Oh. But, well, no. So
I
nice.
knew it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yay.
And so this is Dr. Thomas, who I was super interested in finding. So great, Felix, look, your dad. It's great. We found him. Why is he down here? What?
Yeah, what are you doing down here?
That's a good story. I guess I owe an explanation for this. Well, son, as you know, I went on an expedition, and our expedition was attacked by a army, rather, of drow. It did not end well for the remainder of my expedition. I was able to get away, but lost any source of light and stumbled through the Underdark for, I can only imagine, weeks, surviving off of water I could find on the bottom of caves and mushrooms I couldn't even see until my eyes no longer worked from the dark. And then the Emerald Woman called to me, and she led me to this place, and she made me her protector. And she assured me that if I did this, I would see my son again. It seems her promise was good.
Wow. That's amazing.
Indeed.
Is she going to help us get to Kay then?
I'll let you ask her that question.
Can they come with us? All of us?
Yes.
Okay.
Except I think Felix and I have some catching up to do.
Oh, right.
Yeah, probably.
For sure. We're just going to go over here and talk to this Emerald Woman. You be a daddy again or something.
Yay!
Very well. And he and Felix kind of go back up the stairs a little bit, and you hear them start kind of talking as they walk away.
You guys see? You see that? Now we're like hero sprouts.
Achievement unlocked, hero sprouts.
Da, 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 da.
You get a badge sewn on your sash. You successfully joined the Hero Scouts.
So, who wants to go talk to her? Is she intimidating looking?
It depends on how you consider intimidating. She is a woman. She'd look to be like in her 30s, except that you know that she's not. She has very long black hair. She wears a emerald-colored dress that matches the stone emerald kind of pulsing chair that she is sitting on, and she's just kind of continuing to stare blankly out into you see nothing but clouds below you.
So is the throne facing out into the horizon?
Yes.
Interesting.
Nudge west.
Hello?
Yeah. Come on.
Hello?
Hello, Wes.
You know my name, although I guess you could probably hear from just there.
You were
But I
speaking.
feel like you knew it already.
So why do you come to this place?
You know why.
I do. You seek the key.
Yes. And answers.
And answers.
Oh, yes.
Do you see it? And she holds her hand out and gestures to the clouds beyond it. All you see are clouds.
What
Clouds?
did you see?
The expanse of white below.
somewhere around 5,000 years ago, I came to this place, exploring the island, looking for its secrets. I found this place. I looked out upon the clouds, and do you know what I saw?
What?
There, poking out of the clouds below, I saw a single ice-capped mountaintop. Amazed at what I saw, I sat in this chair and I watch. And in all the thousands of years I have since sat here while this chair has prolonged my life, I have not once seen it again, but I know it's there. And if I wait long enough, I will see it in all of its beauty again. And you might just be the key to that.
We're the key.
Well, no, we came to get a key.
Oh.
There's also a literal key, right? Please tell me it wasn't just a metaphor.
Yes, there is a key, but it is not here, but I know where.
Well, it's not here.
Out of character, the old master did say you had to go here to learn of the whereabouts of the key.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. It's a wild goose
the
chase.
underdark's got a little into our brains, maybe.
It's a-
You seek the heart of the island, yes?
Mhm.
yes.
If you go to this place, you will find the answers to everything you seek. It is there, and it exists. You are so close to the end of this quest. All you need is the key to open the door. I will tell you where to find the key and where to find the door. Now, the key was an heirloom of the Kingdom of Magic for as long as the island has ever existed. But when the Iron Nation was formed, the key was split into two pieces. One, the Emperor wears around his neck, and one, the Queen wears around hers. If you are to reach the heart, you must have both pieces.
You're saying we have to steal from the two most powerful people in the world?
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying that they have the key. Perhaps you can ask them for it, duel them for it, buy it from them.
Bless
So
you.
that might be a little bit difficult because they're the two kingdoms. I don't know how long it's been since you've been up there, but they're not doing so great with the whole magic shortage and everything. They're going to war, and so I don't know how cooperative we're gonna find them being with our endeavor here. So, like, is there any way we can expedite this process a little bit that you would know of? Maybe.
Do they know what it is they wear around their necks?
They know that it is an ancient artifact of the island, but they don't know its use.
Is the Emperor immortal like the Queen?
No, he is not. And the
So
queen
it's
is
not the
really
same
immortal.
Emperor. Is it the same Queen? I don't know how long she's been immortal.
The queen has been alive for a very long time. She's not immortal per se, but she uses a very rare type of magic to prolong her life.
Okay. Okay, so we need the key. Anything else? You said you'd tell us where it is.
Yes. Once you have the key, all you have to do is give it to your missing party member, and it will show you where the heart is. You are missing one, aren't you?
Yeah. The other princess.
When all of
Yeah.
you come together and you have the key, the heart will be revealed.
Okay, so not only are we stealing, the jewelries of the king or the queen and the emperor, we're supposed to also take the girl as well.
We don't necessarily have to steal.
No,
Right?
In fact, I think our good Dr. Thomas has the notoriety to get you visitation at both the Palace of the Kingdom of Magic and the Emperor's Palace in the Iron Nation. He does have quite the name. Why do you think I kept him around? Just for this occasion.
Wow.
That's a. Ooh.
That's, I just thought we was going to go like flip a switch or something.
Oh, you will?
Yeah, but I didn't know it was going to meet, well, the Queen herself or the Emperor. I didn't even know those things existed till, what was I supposed to do?
Your path is up to you, but I do suggest you make it quick.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Why is it you don't think your house was playing tricks on you? You spent your whole life, long time, sitting right there on that piece of rock, looking for another piece of rock. And, if maybe you'd seen it again, or way off in the distance, but you've not seen it. Why? What makes you keep up the faith that it's there?
You once punched a hole in the side of your own world, didn't you?
Well, I guess in so many words, yes.
And think of what it did to you. You saw one cloud, one sky, and you left your people. You ran across the island. You became a hero seed.
In so many words.
I saw one thing below me, one tip of a mountain that tells me that below us right now could be an entire world waiting to be found. And while my eyes could lie, my heart could not. Just as yours could not. You could have shrugged off what you saw. You could have patched the hole. You could have forgotten, but you didn't, did you?
No. All right. So, you're just going to sit here?
That is my purpose. I have served my job. I've done my duty to this island.
Okay, so back the way we came then? Is that the exit back there? We know the way out, so I guess we should probably get going.
Wait,
That's not a very good idea. The island will fall long before you reach the surface. After all, we only have 3 days.
Okay, excuse me?
3 days?
3 days for what?
She meant 3 decades.
No, 3 days.
What happens in 3 days?
So you chose to sit here on this piece of rock and not tell everybody we have 3 days before we're going to fall out the sky like a melon?
Well, you showed up on time, didn't you? Just like you were supposed to.
3 days?
This is on time?
Right on schedule.
There's no way that we can make it back on time and get to both sides of the island in 3
Tell me
days.
you have an airship hidden like somewhere like right around the corner or something.
Here's what I have. I have the ability to teleport you back to the Iron Nation. Then I will give you a feather. When you crush this feather, all of you will be transported to the Kingdom of Magic. It's a one-time use.
Oh.
So you
Okay.
get the Emperor's key, you crush the feather, you get the Queen's key, and then you get to the heart before 3 days are up.
Speaking of this heart, where is it?
I don't know. But when all 5 of you are together with the key, it'll reveal itself to you.
That seems like a real...
I
It's
don't
like
like
feeling a little lightheaded. Is it all this air I'm taking in? Or...
Yeah, I'm feeling a little short on oxygen.
Are you?
Just a little.
I haven't noticed. I've been here for so long.
Can we have a huddle?
We need a huddle.
Sure. Have another one of your famous huddles.
I like those.
What do you mean famous huddles? How do you know how famous our huddles are?
They're not famous. They can't be famous when they're not huddles.
They're the best huddles
stop.
ever.
The magic ends when they become famous.
They're the best kind of huddles. Because they're friendship huddles.
Forget a huddle.
Okay.
Okay, huddle. I don't know about the lots of you, but I did not sign up to save the world in 3 days.
How many days did you sign up for?
At least a month.
I mean, yeah, like that's I even so with the teleportation to the Emperor's Palace and then the feather, whatever that is, to the Magic Kingdom. I don't know that we can, and then to go to some mystery location.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I have an idea.
Oh, human.
I still want to talk to Dr. Thomas.
What if we get magicked all the way to the Iron Kingdom, and then I turn invisible, and I just walk in there, and I take the necklace. I know stealing is bad, but I think he would understand. Maybe if we leave him a note.
Mortimer pops his head into the huddle and goes, "Hey guys, no huddling?"
Yes, this is what it looks like.
I couldn't help but overhearing Human's plan.
It's a good one.
I have
Right?
one.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I mean, you know, it's okay. There could be a problem with that. I just want to warn you in case.
Okay.
You know they're at war with magic people right now, right?
Yeah.
They probably have some like protection from that kind of thing. I mean, you could try, but if you get caught, it might be really bad.
Oh, okay. Well, what do we know about the routine of the Queen and this Emperor? Do they have it cleaned? Is it kept in a special place? They sleep on it? Like, what? We need more information because we could potentially just go in and take it like normal people without magic. That, you know, with 3 days.
Well, I mean, the Emperor is a pretty reasonable guy. You could just ask him for it.
You think if we walk in, we're like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, we're just coming off the streets and we would like that key around your neck." He's going to go, "Oh, wait, a key? To what? Oh, is it valuable? Well, then you can pay me for it."
Well,
How much money does Felix have?
True story. It's a good
a
question.
lot.
I mean, if the Emperor were willing to sell it for whatever reason, maybe he doesn't know the value of it because it's not like he is as old as these ladies and the Queen. And gosh, why? And it's possible that if we took Felix with us, if he wants to come back with us, or he could just send us with the money, maybe a cashier's check. I don't know.
Okay, so we buy out the Emperor, but what about the Queen?
Don't you know the princess?
I mean, somewhat.
I don't know her.
In
At least I
theory,
don't think.
in theory, because she probably remembers the dream, and it's possible that if we explain, and she will remember us, right? Because we remember her, so she would remember us. And so if we explain the situation, she might just like waltz in to her mom's room or whatever and just snatched like that. And that would be fast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how we're gonna get to talk to the princess either, but
What about
You know
your
what?
dad?
I mean, I can ask.
No, not your
But
dad.
I
Your
think
dad.
that-
And he looks to Alethea.
I don't, the thing is, like with my father, assuming he's even at the Wizard's Tower still, it's unclear whether or not he's in favor with the royal family at the moment.
3 days before we turn into a squishmallow.
I knew you were
Oh, no,
afraid
not
of
the melon.
melons.
I heard about the melon.
It's a horrible sight.
So we should probably go because it's a good point. 72
Okay,
hours.
so we
Donna
huddle and
Thursday.
we move. Yeah, we move and okay. Okay, you're right. You're so right. Okay, well we're gonna go now. Fair Emerald woman.
We didn't get your name. Do you have a name?
I forgot that a long time ago.
You don't want. Oh,
Alethea, do you know who Myra is?
I'm sorry, who?
Myra.
Myra. Weird. Doesn't ring a bell. Can't say that I know that name. It's a pretty name, but no.
can I insight that? What she just said?
What I just said?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even know if I'm lying. Like, are you gonna figure out? Am I lying?
I only rolled a 12. So no, probably not.
Well, very well then.
Should we
I
know
know-
who Myra is?
I mean, should I know who Myra is? I mean, this is very important apparently, because I would like to know. Is this important? Why?
Oh, it's yes, but if she didn't want you to know who she was yet, then I guess you don't know.
Being very cryptic.
I don't
I
know.
am. I think Wes has heard that name before, haven't you?
Have
Wes?
I?
You have.
Out of character, have I?
Yeah,
We're all very confused.
When?
from your brother.
Help.
What did he say? I don't take notes.
Come on, chat. I will say this just on that note. My literal last notes from last session says everyone's confused. Right there in big bold letters.
So wait, I'm sorry. Are you saying that Wes should have heard from Raiden?
Riken, yeah.
Riken about Myra?
Yes.
Okay. Wes would remember if I don't. All right.
Roll
to
me to remember. Roll me some intelligence. So let's see if you're a smart boy.
My intelligence is 0.
Yeah, a good and a smart boy. Come on.
There you go.
14.
That's good enough. Yeah, you remember that with a 14. He referred to the goddess by that name.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, that's important.
I did not note that.
That's the goddess.
Oh.
Oh, you still think she's the goddess? Okay.
You know her. I've been asking him if we can meet her, and he keeps talking like she's not even a thing. She's not even real.
Is Alethea Myra's daughter?
Yes.
I didn't think the goddess had any children.
Next to the note, Mom.
Is she also the queen, or is that just a different thing? Is Myra like a human? An elf?
I see your
don't-
memory is still very fragmented on this sort of thing.
Well, you know what? For my sake, let's just pretend that he knows all the things and I know nothing. Me and Human, we don't know nothing, right, Human? Right. So,
I don't know anything.
why don't you tell us? Help us understand.
I will tell you as much as I can. I am a bit iffy on the details as well. Now, I do believe Alethea has all the answers in her pocket. She just can't read them.
Well, okay.
I pull
Open the
out
thing.
the mirror, the little circular mirror with the hole in the middle.
The CD-R.
Holy crap! I have a thing for that. Wait, can I use that together?
You have a tape player, unfortunately.
Yeah, not a CD player.
Just put it in.
Just-
And I have the looking glass. Did I already try that? I'm sure I already
Yes.
tried that.
Yeah,
Looking-
you tried the looking glass on it.
okay, so she has a shiny disc.
a mirror with a hole in it.
In the heart, you will find a spot where that fits. If you put it there, all the answers that you need will be made clear to you in a way that I can't quite explain. But I will tell you what I know. I know that all of you were selected a long, long time ago for this exact purpose. I know that Wes and Riken were a bridge of knowledge between the plan and the islands. Riken having been set long ago with the knowledge he needed to bestow to Wes, and Wes being set up to find Riken at the appointed hour. I know that was made for certain by your mother. Now, Human here was meant to be the sort of protector of the ecosystem. And then, of course, Tisla being guardian over the group, the protector. And Alethea, you being perhaps the most important of all, you being needed to access the heart. You are the heir, after all.
She's a princess and an heir.
I don't know about a princess. I mean, her mother wasn't.
So just hashtag heir.
Demigoddess?
It depends what you consider Myra to be.
Well, what do you?
Myra may not be a goddess, but she was the creator of magic.
When you say creator, she like made it. She appeared out of nowhere. She cooked it up in the oven. How did she bake it?
Those answers
You
I will
don't
leave.
bake magic.
I will leave for Myra to explain when you reach the heart.
Okay. Well, I get the feeling the Emerald Lady's not really going to answer any more questions.
So, is there any other pertinent information you feel like you'd like to disclose to us, perhaps before you teleport us off to the Iron Nation? Also, we should grab Felix.
Yes. He and Dr. Thomas will be going with you. And then.
Wait, Dr. Thomas is coming with us. You're not just sending us a letter of introduction.
No, he will be going with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He has served his purpose.
Oh, he's like free now.
I was never holding him prisoner, but of course, reaching the surface on his own might have been difficult.
Unless you teleported him, which you had the power to do the whole time.
I can only do that once, and I needed it now.
Oh, only one time in your whole life?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, you could have just teleported him up and had him tell us everything.
Is Wes getting sexy?
I think Wes is all this atmosphere is
sorry.
going to his head. He's getting a little
Wesley.
lightheaded.
Wesley, do you need a huddle?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. So while we're standing out the fresh air, are we going to the Iron Nation? Or are we going to the are we going to go see the Queen first? Like, what's the plan here?
You're going to the Iron Nation, and then here's the feather that will take you to the Kingdom of Magic. Who wants it?
Not it.
Not human. I'll take it.
Okay.
Aw.
Wes, you have the magic feather. Whenever you activate it, all of you, no matter how close or far away you are, will all be teleported to the Kingdom of Magic.
Oh, well, that's nifties. Okay.
Just poof.
Post.
So if one of us ends up in prison, for example, then it would be fine.
Yeah.
because
But
of
it's
reason.
one time
Or
you
like
should go 3
dead.
days, so good luck. No, if you're dead, that won't go so well.
No,
Yeah.
but that is a brilliant idea. Oh, that is so smart. We
Being
set up a fake. No, being in prison. We set up a fake robbery of the piece of jewelry. Yeah, they throw 1, 2, maybe 3 of us in jail, making them susceptible to not thinking that, of course, anybody's going to steal it that night. And then one of us sneaks in, steals it right out from under them. We crush the feather. We all go back.
I don't know what like the protocols are for like where you're from, but I feel like after an attempted robbery, they might increase security around the thing that was trying to be stolen.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be that item in particular. And I'm telling you, you know the Emperor don't sleep with it round his neck. He probably puts it on some bedside table, hangs it on some special wall.
I think we just try and steal it, and the second any of us touch it, we just crush the feather. That's all we got to do, right? Or,
I mean,
we just talk to him, and he'll give it to us.
Yeah.
I really think he's going to want to know why it's so special now.
I
And if
think
it's
that
an
he's
alien-
going to war over the fact that the island is running out of magic, and this is the key to stopping it.
You really think he's going to listen to that?
I
we
don't
can
know.
hope.
I think he
Why am I being the hopeful one? Like,
All right. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, I thought it was a really snazzy plan.
it is
What
a
a
good
roll
plan.
switch.
I like your plan too. And I
Thanks,
like
Jeremy.
and I like Wesley's plan. And I like that lady's plan. You guys are great.
I'm just gonna go fetch Felix and Dr. Thomas, and then
we should
can,
get out of here.
we should
As
because We
Is
have
Mortimer
a
coming with us
deadline.
too?
Yes, all of your friends will be coming.
Okay, thanks.
Great.
Are you ready?
What exactly?
One more question.
Oh,
What? One more question.
Hmm.
How old am I?
In mind or in body?
I think that answers my question.
Very well.
Human walks over to this lady. He like clomps over to her and places a hand on like I assume one of her hands is on like the armrest of this throne. He puts a hand on her hand and says, "Hi, I'm old too. Everything's gonna be okay." And he like pats her on the hand and then he turns around and walks back to the group.
Ah, human.
yeah. I realize his screen is frozen. Oh, there you are. You're back.
I'm
There
back.
we go.
That's
Oh.
funny.
That
was
was weird.
That was so weird. I just thought you were really happy with what I said.
I probably
Okay,
was,
yeah.
if I'm being honest. I probably
Classic.
was.
Sorry about that. They're doing utility work in my neighborhood, so go figure.
No, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, are we all ready then to be teleported?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right.
Can we hold hands just so we don't get lost?
Sure. You can all hold hands and it'll look really cool.
Okay. Come on, you know you want to, Alethea. Come hold my hand.
I'll hold hands.
Oh, just go get him.
Yay!
I am holding Felix's hand and Human's hand.
Oh, human and Alethea.
Human squats down to hold hands.
I want to think like Human and Mortimer are like holding hands, so it's like the tallest and the shortest person at the same time.
Like halfway off the ground.
Yep. All right, and as you do that, this emerald kind of ring of light forms around you and begins to glow and radiate brighter and brighter. And as it does so, you can see the Emerald Woman casting it from her throne, her hands kind of up in the air. And the longer she casts, the more you see her body actually beginning to age back to where it's supposed to be. And she gets older and older, and she turns back to you as an old woman, and she says, "Well, go on. Go save the world." And then, boom, and everything kind of like snaps, and you are standing right in the middle of the main street in the Iron Nation. And there's a bunch of people in the street all like staring at you, like, where did this huge group of people just come from?
Yay! We're back!
Oh,
Okay,
no.
walk.
No, nothing to see. Just trying out a joke.
Yep, just
Yeah.
Hey, everybody!
traveling street performers, magicians.
Just illusions.
Is anybody following us? Do I need flashbangs? I will light flashbangs and we'll get out of there. I don't have qualms with that.
No, everyone's in a hustle here, so they're all like whatever, and they start moving on. And y'all do have Felix and Dr. Thomas with you as well.
Okay.
Okay.
What now? We're just gonna go knock on the door.
No,
I kind of want to go to sleep.
I have an
And it
idea.
is like evening right now.
I have an idea. I have an
We don't
idea.
have time to sleep.
Okay, human,
Okay,
human.
If we need to sleep, why don't we go back to the guy in the temple? He'll let us sleep there.
Father Giles?
Yeah. And then maybe he knows how to get into the castle.
Well, that's why we have. Well, no, we have Dr. Thomas for that.
Oh, right.
He's
Nope.
well, at least that's what
Gosh,
the lady
human.
told us.
I know he's new to the party. Don't worry about it, human. It's hard to remember.
I forget we keep getting all these new people.
It's a party now.
We can still
So-
go sleep there. He's a nice guy.
Why would the sleep? Why do we even need to sleep? Can't you just just not sleep?
It's been a few days, I think,
I
since
have
we
to
slept.
sleep. He. Look at him. He's so young. He needs his rest. He's a growing boy.
That's true. He is a growing
That's what my
boy.
mom always says. And also, I would really like to be able to cast spells to like heal you in case anything goes wrong.
It's true. We should be ready. How much time do you think we've got? Do you think we could go till morning and get some rest?
3
Because I have a
days.
feeling once we step foot in that his castle or tower, palace, or however they all live, it's going to be fast and furious to the end. We may not get to stop again.
Yeah.
Like Tisla's all bruised and beat up after saving us from that Drider, and I am like the only one who's probably not hurt. So I feel bad now. And like slave driving my friends.
Don't feel bad. Human's at full health, and he hasn't even spent a spell yet.
I was about to say, so I guess the two of us, myself and Wes.
And he's got a new stick, so.
I'm not really beat up. I'm at 24 hit points.
Well, Tisla's standing in the street, probably with a couple broken bones, no doubt. Like she's, I want to think I'm riding on like 10.
Tisla did get wrecked.
Yeah.
Oh, my arm's broken. A good night's rest.
I don't really use, just some shut-eye.
The real problem is that I'm out of divine senses.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, we must reload.
Guys, that's a staple of the show. We got to fix that.
That's true. Unacceptable. We must rest
How
now.
will I know if something is good or evil?
Okay, so do y'all want to go to the Iron Works, or do y'all want to go back to the temple where Father Giles is?
We should report to Father Giles.
Should we?
I guess.
I mean, he kind of helped us get to the old master in the first place, and I don't know that we really touched bases when we came back to grab Felix to go to the Underdark. So,
Guess it has been a while. Well, all right, we can make a drop by. See if he's got some room. You think he could house all of us?
Yeah.
I mean, Felix, Doctor, this is your home city, isn't it? Do you have accommodations for all of us? I don't want to pry, but I understand you have a lot of money. You might have more to offer than the
Oh, we have money, but no, we're from the Kingdom of Magic.
Oh, okay, my mistake. This
is clearly
the geologist that threw me off.
Oh, please. You don't think magic can rock? That's a joke.
You are a dad.
Oh.
I don't get it.
I like your jokes.
Felix, do you regret saving him yet?
Maybe a little.
So we make our way to the temple on the outskirts of town, which is also in like kind of the seedy part of town. So like, let's try to keep a low profile, eh?
I look at Human.
The whole giant mob of like, you got a kobold, you got Human, you got like a blind dude.
Where are the
As
seeds?
low a profile as we can have.
In the seedy part of town, where are the seeds?
Well, different kind of seed, really.
Okay, they're not hero seeds?
No, these are crummy seeds.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
the
okay.
bad seeds. The bad
They're
seeds. You
okay.
ever heard that? I put a seed in one bad seed in a barrel, turn them all bad.
Nope.
It's that kind of seed.
Never heard that one.
Well, Human.
Do you know what a barrel is?
Yes.
So, to the church?
To the church.
Temple? To the temple.
To the temple.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, so you guys can head back to the temple, and while it's kind of small, they have a couple bedrooms for people, and so they're able to give you accommodation. Some of you might have to like sleep on pews or something like that, but the temple's closed at night anyway right now because it's wartime and things like that. So,
And I don't sleep, and I don't know if Dr. Thomas sleeps, but I would like to ask him some questions.
he is human, but you can definitely have a conversation with him.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure you and Felix would like to go off and do your own thing now. But thank you so much for helping us. And Felix has told me a little bit about your research in magic and geology.
Indeed.
Yeah. Just curious, being a scientist kind of myself, if you'd ever come across any sort of combustible type rocks or volatile materials in your research?
Oh, sure. I mean, there's rocks that, maybe not the rocks themselves per se, but they contain elements within them that can be highly flammable, things of that nature. That wasn't really my area of research, though. I was more studying rocks and their capability to store or to produce magic.
Yeah, storing. That's very interesting. Did you ever make any headway on that?
I did. Turns out gemstones can actually store magic. Now they can't, unfortunately, produce, but they can store.
Store it? What you mean? Like, you can enchant it or something?
Yes, you can take magic from the air and using a bit of manipulation of your own, you can actually move the magic into the gemstone, and it will kind of lace itself with the facets inside the stone.
Any gemstone?
Yes, but the kind of the finer the stone, the better. I find diamonds can store quite a lot, while more like a quartz can't hold very much.
See.
So, and then that magic could then be extracted for later use.
Yes, exactly. You can store it there and then pull it out and use it at any given time, which would be great if we weren't 2.5 days away from magic running out.
Right, but I'm just saying, in the assuming, because looking on the brighter side, which I don't do often, but if we do figure out how to not have the island fall out of the sky, it seems like that's very important research. And I would really love to help you out with that after we're done with this, of course.
Works for me. It sounds like you know a bit about alchemy and science yourself, so the more the merrier, I suppose.
And I assume that you have some sort of research stipend for funding all of this.
Oh, I did, I don't know, 10 years ago. I could probably get them again, but it's going to take a lot of paperwork, and you know how the red tape is.
Yeah, no, it's not like there's any formal agreement, but if you are looking for some sort of internist.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. I should let you sleep and catch up with your son, of course. Very glad to meet you, sir.
You should try and breathe and relax a little more. You seem uptight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go meditate.
Good idea. Does anyone else would anyone else like to have conversations, if any of the NPCs are with each other or anything like that?
I think, because I assume this conversation wasn't happening very quietly.
Probably not.
I think Human follows Alethea to wherever she's going, and then when she finally sits down, and I assume she just keeps looking at him, he's just sitting there cross-legged. He says, "I'm gonna help you meditate."
Meditation, generally speaking, is sort of a solo activity, not a group.
You've never had group meditation?
No, not exactly.
Well, we're
No.
in for a treat. Now close your eyes and sit like me.
Do we need to grab anyone else for
No.
this, or?
Just you.
Okay. So I do.
Okay. Now close your eyes. Keep them closed. I don't believe they're closed. Okay, now I believe you. And breathe in. And breathe out. And then do it again. And then no. Nice and slow. See? You're doing it. You're good at meditating. Keep your eyes closed. See? That's what happens in your brain where you're talking and doing all kinds of stuff. Just be quiet and breathe out. Don't hold it in. Breathe out. Okay, you're fine. And then back in. Close your eyes. And then back out. And that goes on and on until Alethea finally learns to meditate. So the whole night.
It's a good thing I don't need sleep.
Yay. Anyone else?
I'm standing up sleeping.
Nice.
She's just
Just lean on a shelf.
yeah, she's out.
Yep.
While Alethea is having this conversation with the doctor guy, I imagine Wes would take the chance to talk to Felix a little bit.
Okay.
Dude, we found your dad.
I know, right? I mean, I told you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is it like as good as you expected?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, the family's reunited. I mean, what's more important than family, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I always optimistically said things like, oh yeah, I'm sure he's still alive. I'll find him, that kind of thing. But you never really know, and the fact that we did is pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I held on to hope that my brother was alive for a while, but I mean, it didn't seem possible at a certain point. It's great to find out he still was, and sad to now know that he's not.
You sure got a goodbye.
I did. And I mean, I guess that's the most I could really ask for.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I get to see my parents again.
Well, once the island is saved and you're the big hero, I'm sure you'll see him again. I mean, they're not going anywhere.
I mean, I hope not.
If they do, then, you are too, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have a lot of questions for them. Like, how old are you? How old am I? Why is Riken, a few hundred years old?
Those are good questions.
I just hope that they're still who I think they are.
Well, you got some answers today, I think, and it sounds like before this adventure's over, we'll have all the answers.
Yeah.
Just got to find the heart first. I mean, how hard could that be, right? And he gives like a bard style wink.
You're right. Thanks.
Yeah, man, no problem. No, I guess tomorrow. Let's go get that first key. Oh, hug. Yeah, and he kind of like awkwardly, like one arm, like hugs you back, like, dude, I'm a bard. I'm too cool for hugs.
Sure. Go hang out with your dad or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. He's talking with Alethea. She's asking for a job.
I'd believe it. No, it looks like humans taking care of it. So.
Oh, good. Alrighty. Anybody else want to do anything? Does Sizzler want to do anything?
Like snores leaning against a bookshelf.
Yep. No one's gonna move you or attempt to.
No, yeah, good luck. She's probably like as solid as a rock too, just like like monk position, just like sleeping on her feet.
Alrighty. So morning comes and the party has received their long rest. What would you like to do today?
Hup, bright and early. We have to get to the palace. We have to go talk to the emperor. We are running out of time. Except I'm okay.
Breathe in.
Breathing.
Breathe out. See? You're
breathing.
getting it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel better. So
How
yeah.
are you feeling? Tisla, are you okay? I have healing potions.
Nope, I'm feeling right as rain. She cracks her rock knuckles, like stretches a little bit. So we're gonna go just ask for it. Now I don't mean to be the dark cloud or nothing, but if for some reason the emperor's like, sorry, no, it's an heirloom, you can't have it. You strange weird people that came knocking on my door today. What are we gonna do then?
Well, if he wears it around his neck, you can run up and grab it, and then I'll crumble the feather.
So our plan B is to simply take it and dash.
Yeah, it's not like they can chase us, right?
Yeah.
Right?
He's to hoping. Okay, all right. Well, that is the plan. Let's hope one of us don't get, dead or nothing. Attacking, running and stealing from the Emperor. All right.
We have Dr. Thomas with us, and it sounds like he can at least introduce us and get us into the palace, and, who knows how far that'll get us.
It's true.
Could be pretty far.
Could
Yeah.
be.
Doctor, don't tell him about our plan to possibly snatch and run.
Do I look like human to you?
You men, don't tell them that we're going to snatch it and run.
Oh.
It's supposed to be a surprise, and
Okay.
nobody likes to ruin surprise.
How do you know that about Human already? Is it that obvious?
Can you
I've been with him for about 12 hours, and that's plenty long enough.
listen? Can you make me a promise if you're gonna snatch it?
Maybe.
Can you say sorry?
Human, I promise you, if you keep the special secret
Mm-hmm.
and don't ruin the surprise,
Mm-hmm.
I will say I'm sorry when I take it from his neck.
Okay,
If
If I have to take it from his neck.
that's fine. As long as you're sorry about it.
I won't be sorry.
Oh.
I whisper to the other two.
Okay, so we make we're ready to go. We're taking Dr. Thomas with us. I don't know if Felix wants to come with us or Mortimer. Who's coming?
The whole gang.
The whole gang. Okay, well,
Gavin
then
and
let's-
everybody?
I'll say, I think actually, I'll say Gavin is going to stay behind, and Felix as well. Dr. Thomas probably insists on him staying.
Oh, I
with
see.
us now.
Okay. Yeah.
For safety.
But Dr. Thomas and Mortimer are going to come.
Okay. All right. Well, okay.
Mortimer's been in huddles. He's part of the gang.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. We're met, kind of, till we get to go, and then we'll be super met.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. So to make a long story short, the party is able to make their way to the palace, which is a very large building that's made out of stone, then reinforced with iron and metal plating. And it is one of the buildings that's actually built up over the edge of the island along the metal kind of platforms that make up part of the city. And so this building kind of hangs out here, and you kind of make your way across a little bridge, and Dr. Thomas gives his name and all that, and them having heard of him and checking out a couple things are going to grant you an audience with the Emperor. So you are escorted by a couple soldiers who are wielding these kind of musket weapons that use alchemy for firing, as Alethea would know. And you are brought to a door, and they open it up and say, "All right, this is the waiting room. Go in, and someone will come and get you when it's time for your audience."
Question, real quick.
Mhm.
Any ETA on that, or
When the Emperor is ready.
Can you tell him it's an emergency?
Oh, I'll be sure to let him know right away, ma'am.
And
I can't tell if he's being sarcastic or if he's being a jerk. I'm a little confused about his tone. I'm having trouble reading social cues.
Oh, I completely understand. Don't you worry a thing. I'll let him know he'll be right with you.
Right.
and then he
Okay.
doesn't leave, right?
You get a waiting room.
Okay.
Oh, we're just going to sit here until he wants to see us. Seems like a bit waste of time.
Yeah, so you guys walk into this waiting room, and the soldier comes starts closing the door behind you. And then from the corner of the room, you hear a all too familiar voice, especially for one of you. And you're sure, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me."
Oh no.
And there in the corner of the room is Wilbur.
No.
Well, hey, looky.
I hide behind Human.
Of all the rotten scum to run into in this city.
Hey,
Hey,
be nice.
hey.
You trashed my shop. Do you know how many weeks it's going to take for me to separate the green from the blue, from the orange, and from the yellow, and from the gold powder?
Well, if you was nicer to people, you may not have to worry about people coming and sabotaging your stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe we all learned a valuable lesson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you use a magnet on the green powder, you can get it faster.
He just gives you like you're dead to me look.
Okay.
Are there guards in the room?
No, it is just y'all and him. He seems to be waiting here as well.
So what are you here for?
Audience with the Emperor. Selling
Better.
some product, if you know what I mean.
Weapons.
Okay.
Red mixed with purple. One of my favorites.
Okay. Does that mean something?
Basically, it booms and then it sizzles.
And you're selling that to the Emperor for this war.
Yep. Gotta defend the nation.
Right.
Have you considered that might hurt people?
I mean, that's what happens in war. But we don't fight back.
Have you considered that maybe making money off of hurting people is immoral?
Someone's got to.
Hey,
No,
mister.
actually, nobody's got to.
Hey, mister.
It's not a necessity.
Since we're
What do
all...
you want, Wish Boy?
I don't know what you just said. Since we're all waiting here and we have to be stuck together, are you hungry? You want to share a snack?
I don't want anything you have to give.
Are you sure? It's a very delicious snack.
I should sue you and make you come clean up my shop, but I get the feeling you don't have anything.
Nope. I just have snacks and friendship. I'm trying to be nice.
Which is way more powerful than your weapons will ever be.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Yeah, but we sure will.
But these are snacks from outside the kingdom, and they're so tasty.
I hate all of you.
No? All right. More for
You
me.
should really hate things. It'll blacken your heart.
Yeah. I mean, what did any of us do to you? Other than Alethea trashing your shop, which was an accident probably, right?
No,
Been
I
backing out of a deal.
I wished him. He was being a bad guy.
We backed out a deal because we don't
Oh.
remember signing nothing, and because you were trying to give weapons to people, sell them. It's bad.
The way I see it, the only bad thing I've ever done in my life was taking in a thieving orphan instead of turning her into the law like I should have.
Hey, you made that choice. You can't come back now and use this poison to make her feel bad, and especially not while I'm around. So
I can do
you
whatever-
made a choice, and you're gonna live with it.
I can do whatever I want, considering how ungrateful she is. Took her in off the streets, I did. Taught her everything I know, and what does she do in return? Destroys my shop.
She doesn't deserve this kind of abuse.
Nope.
Look, I mean, she's been doing her best. She was probably the best employee you ever had till, things went south. I bet you never appreciated her at all.
Appreciation. You know what I never heard in all those years? A simple thank you.
I guarantee you she said thank you. She says thank you like all the time. And like, sorry, she apologizes for everything.
Which I bet is your fault.
If you want to come in here and judge me over knowing me for all of 10 minutes, go right ahead.
I'm not judging you. It's not my place to do that. But I will tell you, your actions, they're wrong. That's not a judgment. That's a fact. Anybody that thinks that selling weapons ain't going to get them in trouble. You know what? If it hadn't been her that blown up your shop, it probably would have been you. Dealing in all that mess and that garbage and that evil.
I did.
Or human. Human ruins shops.
I ruined his shop.
War was coming to this island either way, and if we don't defend ourselves, we're going to be the ones kicked off this island.
Okay, wait. Listen, everybody.
Nobody's
No,
getting kicked off the island. What a silly idea.
I have an idea. Okay.
It's a metaphor for
No.
death.
Anyway, a human stands up and he turns to Alethea and hands her a good berry, and then he walks to Tisla and then walks to Wesley, and then he takes the remaining 7 good berries and walks over to what was this guy's name again? I forget.
Wilbur.
Wilbur. And he says, okay, everyone eat a snack. And that makes your mouth stop moving, and then no one yells at anybody. And you talk a lot, and it's real loud, so you have the rest. I promise they're very good. And he takes one of the 7 and bites it in front of him, and then kind of piles them on his lap. And then we all sit quiet, and then we wait for our turn. If you eat a lot of them, they make you feel better, and they're very sweet and juicy.
How big are these that he has to
They're
do
like,
that?
They're like an apple. So
Oh, are they? Oh, I was
I thought they
picturing
were
tiny. Like
berries.
a berry, not a damn fruit.
Nope.
Okay.
It's like a granite.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Pomegranates
I mean,
are berries.
so
Okay.
think about it. So human is 8 feet tall, right? And he has a staff, and they just grow on the staff. So they're like
That's true.
human
So
size.
they're
berries.
human-sized fucking berries.
Size.
Yeah.
That's an intense good berry.
That is. That's a great berry.
Yeah. I always change the size of good berries every time I play a different druid. They're always like,
That's pretty brilliant. I love
Yeah.
that a lot.
and then everyone eats them, and then we sit quiet. Go on, Wilbur.
Fine by me.
Perfect. And the more Wilbur eats, each good berry is a full day's worth of food.
Oh, jeez.
So he's gonna be feeling that later.
Yep.
I'm
If I get
sure.
your like 1, is like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah, it's like I always imagine good berries are like that scene from Lord of the Rings when they eat the lemnis bread, and they're like, the lemnis bread will keep you filled up for one whole
Yep.
day, and they're like, how many have you eaten? I had 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so you'll all sit around and eat your berries for a little bit. It's just like that awkward like silence, like a bunch of people sitting in like a doctor's waiting room or
Just
something.
eating this massive berry.
So you hear like some people like
I was gonna say, yeah. I think I probably punctured a hole and I'm sucking my.
Oh.
yeah. So that goes on for a couple minutes, and then finally like the door opens, and everyone looks at the door like when you're like you said like a doctor's office, and they finally come. It's like, is it my turn? And you see a totally different guard from earlier, and he's like, "All right, you lot, let's go.
Oh
You too, weapon boy."
no! Does he have to come?
He's not with us. I know
He's not.
that these two look similar, but this mean one's not with us.
He's not.
I'm sorry. Did you think you were meeting with the Emperor in private?
Yes?
Yes, not.
You're gonna be meeting with him in the audience hall in front of a bunch of armed guards.
Well, yeah, but I thought we would be handling like, okay, that's fine.
Just gonna walk in and ask for it. It's not a big deal. Emperor's just gonna give us his jewelries.
It's fine. I mean,
The guard just gives Sizzle like a really like a, you sure you want to talk to me like that look?
I wasn't talking to you. She was more like just
Mm-hmm.
mocking the group of like, we're just gonna walk in and ask for it. No big
Yep.
deal.
Alrighty, and so the party exactly makes their way down a couple hallways. Everything here is carpeted like kind of like a fine kind of red
Mm.
carpeting that was sewed and kind of around here. Kind of a famous thing they do with like their textile and all. And you're led into a large audience chamber. It has like a bunch of pillars and kind of your classic style, like kind of long rectangular audience chamber. And up on a platform, you see a man in kind of like a military general's outfit. It's like blue and it's got a bunch of medals on it and things like that. And he has like a cap as well. And you can tell from like all the decor and stuff on it, this is the Emperor. And this is Emperor Christopher Knight. Y'all would know to be his name. So I recommend calling him either Emperor or Emperor Knight. As he is the current Emperor of the Iron Nation. There are also 8 armed soldiers in here, wielding like those kind of alchemy muskets.
Why do we need to know that number specifically?
I don't know. This is a 30 by 90 room in a grid of 5. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Jesus.
Here we go.
Yeah, we made it to D&D, gang.
Real D&D. Yeah, so there's 4 guards on your left and 4 guards on your right. Kind of on their post. They don't move or react whenever you enter. And you're kind of brought forward, and the guard who is the ninth guard in the room, just in case you're keeping count, announces says, presenting his his nobleness, Emperor Knight.
Bow.
I'm human.
Bowing.
Okay, so Wes bows, Sizzla claps, human waves.
I didn't bow. I actually turned to like Alethea and asked, "Bow? Do we bow? Is that the right thing to do here?"
Yeah, a small bow.
Oh,
None of us are from here. Small bow is good.
oh, okay.
All right, enough of the formalities.
I am human.
Hello, human. I am Emperor Knight. What about the rest of you? Who are you?
I'm
Hi.
Tisla.
Meacham.
I'm Alethea, and this is Tisla, Onyx Fist of the Dwarven clans, and Wesley
Meacham.
from the Magic Kingdom. Meacham from the Magic Kingdom. He is a paladin of the Magic Kingdom, and I think you know Dr. Thomas. Dr. Thomas.
Hey.
Dr. Thomas.
I'm Mortimer.
Of course, Mortimer is with us too.
Always
He's
yes.
just a guy.
Yep, and I'm Wilbur.
Right.
Yep.
Do we get
Arms
everybody?
dealer.
Is Felix here? Felix.
Nope. Felix and Gavin
Right.
stayed behind.
Yeah, right,
Okay.
right.
I kind of expect Dr. Thomas to take over since he's kind of our connection here.
He's kind of like, I would say he kind of looks at you, except for the fact he's blind. But he's like doesn't do anything. He's like, go on.
Yeah, you can gesture at him to talk all you want. He's not gonna do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, good point. And it is my understanding that you are acquainted with Dr. Thomas, and we have come before you to make a request.
A request.
I'm scanning him. Can I scan him?
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Like, I want to investigate him to see if he's wearing something around his neck.
Go for it. Do it.
No, she's activating her scanner eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Robot
God.
eyes.
I learned that from the ice worm. I learned nothing from the ice worm. Never mind.
You do see he's wearing some kind of like necklace or something, but it's kind of tucked in under his coat, so you can't see what's at the end. Now it's on 11.
Okay.
But he has something around his neck.
Yeah. So yes, we have come to make a request.
This has to be the strangest group of visitors it's ever had, but of course all of you are welcome here.
Oh, thank you.
Here in the Iron Nation.
Appreciate
It
that.
is a pleasure to meet all of you, Miss Alethea, Miss Onyx Fist, you especially, being from a very noble clan, if I understand correctly. Human, and he actually waves back at Human. And of course, you, Sir Noble Paladin, Wilbur the Arms Dealer, Mortimer, and of course, Dr. Thomas as well. So, tell me, what is it I can do for all of you?
So we have been sent here to request an item from you that we believe will help diffuse the tensions between the Iron Nation and the Kingdom of Magic.
See.
Yeah.
Well, your idea of peace is a very noble pursuit, but we're well beyond that point at this point, you understand.
We know a way to stop the magic from dying.
Now, those are big words, Paladin.
You
It's
really
better
think
not-
we came all this way just to tell you a lie?
I mean you, no offense when I say this, Paladin, but I must be frank as leader of a nation. This better not just be some spiel about, faith and the goddess and that kind of thing. I understand faith and all that, but I need some type of evidence or something.
Well,
The necklace that you wear on your... It's hidden. Do you know where you got that?
It was taken as an heirloom from the Kingdom of Magic. It was a symbol of the rulers of the island. And of course, the queen wears her half, and I wear my half.
Have you ever brought your halves together?
They used to be together for a very long time until they
No,
were split.
that's not what I asked. I asked if you have brought them together ever with her.
I have not.
So you wear around your neck in complete faith that this thing is somehow adding power to you or giving you some kind of leg up, that it represents something, right?
No.
Right? It's important to you.
Well, it's a symbol, just like, a medal or something like that. It doesn't give you any real power, but it is a recognized symbol of authority here on the island. When people see this, and he actually pulls it out, and you see it is half of what looks like just a very plain kind of amulet. It's like a circular amulet, and it's just half a circle made of gold. It's like, when people see this, they recognize it as rulership, of leadership.
So then lead with it and let us fulfill that piece's purpose. We've come to ask for that necklace, so we're not going to beat around the bush and we're not going to tell you a lie. I didn't come all this way, from all the way under the ground to the tip top of the island, top and bottom, for the record. Okay? This here dwarf's been to the top and the bottom, and we didn't just come here to tell you some lie. Less than 3 days we have until this island is devoid of magics. It will fall from the sky. We will die, everyone. And you still think your war is important. We come asking you, begging you, as somebody that wants to protect their people, as somebody that wants to hopefully do right.
I see.
We need that necklace.
And what is the necklace to you exactly?
To me personally, it's nothing but a piece of jewelry. But for everybody else, it may mean the key to saving this entire island.
And how does a piece of metal save the island, dwarf?
It's part of a key.
Part of a key. A key to what?
You won't believe me if I told you I'm not really sure, but it's the truth.
It's the key to the magic.
It seems that our sources and the traveling that we've done has led us to believe that this is half of a key. It will do something, change something, and help our entire piece of rock stay afloat and potentially bring magics back.
Miss Onyx Fist, you made quite a magnificent speech. You really did. It was well spoken, like a true leader. Your father would be very proud of you. I heard you make that speech just now. And while I sympathize with everything that you say, you must understand when I say I can't just take your word on something like this. I need some type of evidence, some proof, something to tell me that this is true.
If you don't believe us, perhaps Dr. Thomas might be able to convince you.
Yeah, and Dr. Thomas comes to me and says, what they say is true, all of it. I have come from the bottom of the island where a woman of great power foresaw these things. And she said that when the two pieces are brought together, that's the key that we need to save this island. And the Emperor nods and says, yes, but all of this is still just hearsay, just stories. Is there no evidence? Nothing.
Yes,
Check
there
inventory.
yes, there is. Show him the disc. Show him.
So this, I don't know if it's enough, but I pull out the mirror with a hole in it, and I'm like, this has all the answers.
Have you ever seen anything like it? Look at it.
Do you mind if I examine that?
You muted.
Yeah.
Mike.
Oh, there we go. She's back.
There she is. Okay.
It's fine. You can examine it gently, right? It's fine. I didn't realize I was frozen for a second. I was frozen because it's a big deal to hand this over. So, yes.
Okay, so one of the soldiers comes up and very like gently takes it. He has like gloves on and everything, and brings it over to the emperor. And the emperor looks at this disc for a moment and kind of scratches his chin. And then he reaches down and he pulls out the amulet again, and he turns it over. And this round amulet has a little kind of groove in the back of it. He takes it and it goes click, and the disc fits into his like the back half of it perfectly. Now, that's interesting.
Now you tell me we was not sitting here to get this necklace for a good purpose. Wouldn't you like to stop fighting?
And he pulls the disc out and hands it back to the soldier, who walks up and hands it to Alethea. And y'all are about maybe y'all about 10 feet away from the emperor. And there's kind of like, there's two soldiers kind of between y'all and him. He says, to end this war and to bring peace to the island would mean everything to me. And I hear what you say, and this disc, tell me about this. It fits perfectly on this amulet. Where did you find this?
So, we went to talk to someone who goes by the moniker the Old Master up on the tippy top of one of those mountains between the Iron Nation and the Kingdom of Magic, and he gave it to us. He gave it to me. Yeah, so that's how I got it, and it is mine.
I have heard the legends of this Old Master. It seems what you're saying has some backing to it. But let me ask you this. Say I give you this amulet today. How do you expect to get the queens? She would never relinquish such a thing.
By magic.
So, yes, because we have 3 days, we have the means to get to the Kingdom of Magic quickly, and we may have an inside accomplice. That might be a strong, because that has some negative connotations, but someone who can help us get the other half of the relic, and that's the plan.
When you say she'll never part with it, why do you say that?
The queen is very stubborn and very old, and she will not listen to reason. Don't you think I've tried? This is why we're at war. I have had meeting after meeting with the queen. I have explained to her this use of magic has to be stopped, or the island is going to fall out of the sky, and she does not listen. And she uses this magic to prolong her own life.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so the problem here is she's not willing to stop using the magic, and the magic is running out. But we think that we have a solution to bring the magic flow perhaps back, and then so there won't be a problem. So we have a solution that would make you happy and would make her happy. But we need your cooperation in order to do that.
I'll tell you what. Why don't all of you join me in my study, and we can discuss this matter in private?
Oh, that would be lovely.
I agree.
Because I think inside my head, in Alethea's head, just like, no, with the Wilbur, I want him away now. I am very uncomfortable with him around.
All right, and so the emperor, like some of the soldiers kind of look at him for a minute, like, are you sure you want to let like this crazy bunch of people in? And he just like completely ignores them, and he waves a hand and leads you down a couple halls to where you kind of come into his more like private part of the palace. Mm-hmm. And you're brought into a large study, and it actually has a window that looks out beyond the edge of the island where you can just see sky beyond. And this natural light floats into this room, and there's bookcases that tower up well above even human's head, just filled with books. And there's like a large desk, and then there's like a kind of sitting space where he kind of moves over to, and says, "Now then, I want to be clear. You say you have someone on the inside in the Magic Kingdom who can help you obtain the Queen's half of this. Who would this be?"
Another member of our, an integral part of our party, you would say. Her name is Anna. You probably know her.
That would be the princess, the Queen's daughter.
She's one of us.
Yeah, bingo.
Part of our group.
We have reason to believe she'll help us.
You managed to turn the Queen's own daughter against her.
Not turn her against her.
That sounds harsh.
We just share a common goal.
She's our friend.
Yeah.
And friends help friends. Emperor Knight, do you want to be our friend?
Well, I believe we are allies, if nothing more. Friends take time, but...
No. You can just be friends with whoever you'd like.
I see. Well, I would say you have me intrigued. I guess my concern at this point is giving you the piece before you've proven you can take the Queen's. Mine's as easy as me handing it to you. That one will be an operation. Now, what happens if I give you my half, and then you go after hers, and you're captured or taken?
Then the island falls from the sky.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That one does.
At this point, it is. I understand that it is a little bit of blind faith for you, but you have to trust that we're going to be able to convince her like we convinced you.
Yeah.
Yep. And we're kind of stuck on this path. We have a means to get to the Magic Kingdom very quickly, but not a means to get back from there once, so we're here now, and short time limit, less than 72 hours.
Well, I would say you have me intrigued. All of you seem good people, level-headed for the most part. You did have the disc that fits the back of the amulet, which is interesting to say the least. I suppose I have no choice but to believe you.
Thank you.
No. Thank you for... If this works and it does bring peace to the island, that's all I ever wanted.
That's great to know, because, that's going to really be a credit to you when this whole mess is over, and everyone's going to feel really silly, I'm sure, once it's fixed. And so if you could hold off for like,
can I ask you? Yeah. Can we ask you a favor for 3 days? Wait to buy this little luscious weapons. Yeah. 3 days. Just wait 3 days before you make any attacks or do anything. Let us prove. Let us prove that we're true in our purpose.
Yeah. A lot of lives.
We will have to defend ourselves, but I give you my word on faith, because all of you seem good somehow.
Yeah, we are good.
I'll tell you what, Tizla, why don't you roll us convince? Or, yeah.
What is that?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
And I think you do have an advantage that you got earlier, didn't you?
Oh, I do, and this is the time to use it.
Wow.
Tizla has done all the talking she can do.
I mean, you were right. That was the time to use it.
That was
at
least it wasn't that one. I'm gonna blow up the whole island. Okay, this was a 3 instead. And he says, "I'm afraid I already have things in motion that I can't stop. But I give you my word that we are going to avoid innocents and citizens as best we can, trying to keep the fight to the military."
Great. That's,
Don't buy his weapons.
I'm afraid we need armaments. Our military must be armed.
You know, in the next 3 days, you have to have the guns he's got, or else what?
Oh, wait! I remember those guns. We found something out about them. They're from the Magic Kingdom, and they use more magic. And we only have 3 days, so if you use the guns, you'll lower the time. And we won't have 3 days, we'll have less than 3 days. And then we all fall like a melon. And Tith is afraid of melons.
I
Well,
am.
Wilbur is not doing honest work. That he promised you a non-magical solution, right? Because you told us that you wanted to have them stop using magic, and Wilbur has concocted some deal where he has magical weapons, not the mundane weapons. I point to my hand like this, and as your guards are using,
Oh,
So-
yeah, we have a
I think what
friend.
we're trying to say is
That's
we
a
need
big
as much time as possible.
Our friend
If you
Mortimer.
if you use those weapons, it's shortening the amount of time we have to convince this here picky queen to give us her piece of jewels. You know what I mean? So
And we can prove
I
that one.
understand,
We can
but
prove
you
that
have-
one. Our friend Mortimer is the one that brought her over here from the Magic Kingdom. I know him.
yeah, Mortimer.
indeed, but you do have a misunderstanding.
Oh,
I'm the one that ordered those weapons in the first place from the Kingdom of Magic.
oh. Well,
Not
they
to use
use
them.
magic. And
I
we're
wasn't doing
running
it
out.
to use them. I was using it to disarm the Kingdom of Magic.
Oh.
well, then buy away as long as you promise not to use them against the peoples.
Or at all, because they use magic. We need that magic.
Yes. Now I am buying alchemical powder.
Oh,
A lot of it.
okay.
Now don't go attacking the queen's place. We're gonna be there, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if you say you have a way of getting there immediately, I think you'll beat us there.
Great.
Wait, is that where you're going?
Well, I don't know that our line can immediately reach the palace. That would be a short and easy war. We've already had 3 of our airships shot down, after all.
Yeah, but it's gonna be real hard for us to convince her to help make this happen if you're attacking the city while we're there.
Here's a thought, because we're gonna be there very shortly. What if would you be willing to sign an armistice?
A what?
Ooh, that's a fun word. Ooh.
To take a little hiatus away from the fighting, and we could bring that to her as a sign of good faith. We can act as an emissary for the short
Oh.
interim.
Not a peace treaty, just an armistice, a break.
Right, just a pause, really.
You are all a very noble bunch. If the whole world was like you, it would be a much better place.
Oh, I think so too.
You have, I hesitate to say it, but you have too little faith. There are good people in this world, both in your kingdom and ours.
Oh, I believe you. I just know. But you have too much faith. You don't understand the power of evil.
But I think that means that he understands it better than anyone. Because he stands on the opposite side of the line and has to stare it in the face.
I've seen some things in the past few weeks that I didn't think I would see for a long time. I've seen death, I've seen destruction, I've seen hope, and I've seen love, and I've stricken down people who sought to do harm to me, and I have saved the lives of your very soldiers who were on their way to attack the kingdom that I swore to protect. I do all of these things, and I don't find them contradictory, because I think that there's good in this world, and that if you have the power to show good, then you'll get more in return. And if you just give us this, if you just give us this short reprieve, this chance, then we'll do everything in our power to save everything. You, your people, and our own.
And what a legacy you'd leave as an emperor.
You don't need to send your people to die.
Very well. I can't argue with that. I will sign this agreement, and if I receive a copy returned by the Queen with her signature, we will stop at once.
Right.
Thank you.
So let me think about this. We will need to devise a plan to get that back to you after we go to her Kingdom Magic. They'll have things that
Yep, a pigeon or something.
yeah.
There's ways of transporting messages.
Yeah. So that's great. Do we have time to draft that? Do we need to get somebody in here? Maybe a counselor or something? And yeah.
Yes, I suppose that is a thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And he
And
kind of
it's
calls for one of his men, and a guy comes in, and he kind of very quickly instructs him on kind of what to draft up. And the scribe kind of runs off and does a little bit of work. And while this happens, y'all probably brought like a little bit of food and maybe like some tea and some things like that.
Ooh.
And within about 15 or 20 minutes, the scribe returns with a written document, and the emperor promptly signs on his line, and then rolls it up, and he hands it to Alethea.
And that necklace will prove as a token of authenticity for this agreement, just in case there's any qualms or concerns about its authenticity, because anybody could just forge signature. So we will take that along with us.
Yes, but I think you'd prefer to take the real one.
Pardon?
I'm sorry?
This one is a fake. My real one is in my safe. Allow me to get it for you.
Well, isn't that handy?
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm glad we
Yes,
can
thank you.
try this.
Yeah, so he pulls the fake one off, and he kind of throws it down on the ground, like just like, yeah, whatever, and just throws it. And then he gets up and begins making his way across the room towards one of the bookshelves.
Can I pick up the fake one?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so you have the fake one.
I pocket it.
Perfect. And he goes over me and he pulls out 3 different books off of a bookshelf. And part of the shelf kind of slides away and reveals like a safe, and he begins entering a combination into that safe by kind of turning like a little dial.
Wow.
Yeah. As he's doing this, all of you are kind of watching, in silence. And then that silence is very quickly broken by the sound of an explosion. And I need everyone in the party to make a dexterity saving throw.
No.
Every time.
Well, that's better. A 24.
There you go.
Nat 20.
Oh, shit.
Bye, Ewan.
I rolled a 9.
Okay, so so y'all suddenly hear this explosion,
Is
and
that
being
tea?
like on this platform and
I
all,
love tea.
the whole structure begins to shake and vibrate around you, and quickly you realize that the roof is like coming down at you. Most of you are able to jump out of the way. Human, you unfortunately are caught by some debris, and you are going to take 1d6 bludgeoning damage. So you take 4 bludgeoning damage, and you are actually pinned under some debris that has fallen and kind of pinned you underneath it
Oh no.
to the ground.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, and as this is blown open, y'all kind of look up, and there's a hole in the roof, and you see a couple forms float through this hole with like angelic looking wings of magic coming out of their backs. This is a
Ooh.
spell used by some of the top people in the Kingdom of Magic's military, some of you would recognize. And they come in here, and their commander shouts, and Wes immediately recognizes the voice of Captain Varys, saying, "There they are, men! Take them and kill the Emperor!"
What? No!
And behind him, you see a legion of, about, let's see, what did we say earlier? About 20 paladins who begin floating towards this hole in the ceiling. And that's where we'll end tonight.
No.
Oh.
I knew it!
You shit. Shitty shit.
Choom, the roller coaster begins.
You son of a bee.
Well,
Hey, guess what? We just found out what Wes's mission was going to be.
God
Uh,
damn it. You're a jerk.
I
Jack
hinted
ruins
at
the
this guy,
friendship.
like a few episodes ago too. When y'all went to see Father Giles, he mentioned a bunch of paladins coming and seeing him.
oh, he did.
Jack, stop ruining my friendship.
Friendship is magic.
Piece of shit.
No, magic
Oh.
is
Friendship
magic in
getting us
this
a
game.
real long
And
way.
friendship is the only thing
From
holding us together.
I know. You're tearing this family apart.
The salt tries me.
Oh, man. All right. Golly. Okay. Let's get out of here. Be sad. Be sad for a week. Okay, so guys, that was episode 8, Immortal. We learned about immortals, and now we're sad because we can't save the Emperor. Or we can, but not until next week at least. So let's go around, do our introductions, get your thoughts on the episode, and then we'll get the heck out of here and raid a friend of ours. So, Dot, who are you, where can we find you, and what did you think of episode 8?
I am Little Red Dot. You can find me in a slew of places, not just here every Thursday, but on a lot of other networks too, including my own. But the best way to find out more about all those tabletop RPG shows that I play in is to follow me over on Twitter and Twitch right there. And that awesome link that he posted. Yeah, and then you can keep up with all the cool things I do, including actually the brand new launch of a brand new tabletop RPG that is first time played on Twitch. I'm very excited about, called Capers. We launched that last night, and we'll be doing it Wednesdays through November.
Speedy, you're in trouble.
yeah.
So who are you?
Jack.
Yeah. Who
Jack.
are you? Where can we find you? And what did you think about today's episode?
Jack,
Yes, sir.
Jack, you can't make me kill a bunch of fellow paladins, Jack. You can't,
I can't make you do
Can't-
anything. You're the one in control of your character.
you can't,
It's fucked
you
up.
can't make me fight my bros, Jack. You can't do that. You can't have me do that to them, my friends. You can't do that. You cannot do that.
It's worse when you realize this has been written into the campaign since before you were even
I
a paladin.
hate you. You can't do that, Jack. You can't just do that. What makes you think you can do that?
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
Right?
Game master.
I I guess. Yeah, I just checked the stream that you definitely just pointed at it. Well, technically you pointed at Master Game, but still.
So, Speedy, tell us where we can find you, since we clearly know your opinion on this episode.
You can't just do that. I'm Speedy. You can find me online at Not So Speedruns, where I play games sometimes. You can follow me Twitch, Twitter, whatever. You can also follow Cast Together, which is where I run a community of streamers for mental health. We do charity streams sometimes, and like community games, and just a super supportive community that is really wholesome, like this game, except when Jack is involved, I guess.
Which is every time.
Every time.
Comparatively, a pretty good episode for you, Kenny. So, who are you? Where can we find you? And what did you think of today's episode?
I'm Kenny Hill. You can find me pretty much everywhere at whatever./@KennyHill. I'm not a princess.
We did learn that today.
You're right. You're a demigoddess.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh
So
no.
I am feeling justified.
Yeah.
You're a goddess. It's so much better.
It's there are still very many questions that have not been answered, but I love how much our friendship just is getting us through these situations, and it's very rare, I feel like, you find these really wholesome campaigns.
Yep,
And
now
the rogue doesn't want to steal and stab everybody.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
That's great.
I'm really
It's
enjoying it.
it's great that we've all picked like different archetypes, and we were like, nah. Like we have a rogue who doesn't steal anything, a monk who has barely punched anything. I think the only
Monk
person
has punched quite a few things.
I've punched some doors.
that's
Let's
true.
be real.
You do punch. I think you've punched more inanimate objects than actual animate objects.
Look at the
But she's
bright side.
definitely not like the contemplative meditating type monk.
Yeah,
Look at the bright side. She can punch all the Wes's brothers next week.
that's true. That's true.
Don't punch my brothers.
Speaking of punching brothers and people who want to punch, Jack, who are you? Where can we find you? What did you think of today's episode?
Hey guys, yeah, I'm Jack. I go by the internet everywhere as JackoBuddy, so you can find me everywhere where people do things. I am on the Reliant Games stream on Tuesdays. I am here on Thursdays, and I am now on a podcast called Foggy Memories that is coming out every week for the next couple months. It's like a super short and quick City of Mist game based around Alice in Wonderland, so lots of fun. Go check that out. This week was super fun. I love the way these characters dealt with the Emperor. I did not expect y'all to actually talk the Emperor into giving you the piece. Nor did I expect you to like talk him into like a treaty and all this stuff. Like that was really awesome, good character stuff right there. This was a lot of fun. The paladins attacking was a thing before we even had a paladin in a party. So as soon as he was like, "I want to be a paladin," I was like, "Great, this is gonna." So he did it to himself, technically. Yeah, so we are only 5 episodes away from the end of this show. Believe it or not, and the finale is 2 parts. So there's 3 more episodes, and then a 2-part super mega finale, which of course is still 2 weeks.
Super mega finale.
Super mega friendship finale coming up.
I want a T-shirt, sir.
That's a super mega friendship finale. It's just
Excellent. Yeah. So as always, I'm gonna tease the next episode real quick. So like I said, only 5 episodes left, and next week we're gonna have the very appropriately named episode "Fist of Iron."
ooh,
Uh-oh.
I like that one.
Is this going to be a fisticuffs type thing? I'm feeling fist on fist action.
I want someone to do.
I don't like the way that you said that.
I want someone to do a commission art of the all the characters, and it just says "Super Best Friends," and that'll be the T-shirt. I'll make that a T-shirt and sell that
Super
one.
best friend. unMadeGaming merchandise. Do it.
Yeah, right. Perfect. If you guys can't get enough of Jack here or on his own channel, please check out Reliant Games on Twitter for all your podcast creation and uploading needs. Also, check out our other sponsor, the Dice of Rolling. Half created by Kenny, our very own Kenny here. Dice of Rolling is a complete set of polyhedral dice with optimized quantities for D&D 5e. They are a great product. Scoop up all those dice and roll that fireball without having to borrow your friends. Yeah, use coupon code UMG for $1 off. With that being said, we are going to ignore chat because I think I'm forgetting somebody. Zoom chat, I see you. And we're going to go raid our friend Oh Baby. She is playing some Dungeons and Dragons right now. So go check her out. Super awesome streamer, super awesome artist. Go give her all of your love. And yeah, from all of us to you guys, bye-bye.